Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. All right, I think we're live. I'm gonna just double check a couple things here before I really say we're gonna start doing whatever we're doing. Cause yeah, let me check really quickly. Viewer channel. Yeah, our audio sounds good. I like that. Audio's not too bad. Not too bad at all. All right, guys. Hello, welcome back. Omega Given here. Today, we're going to be doing a little bit of coding because I want to code. I haven't coded in a bit, and I haven't live streamed on this channel in a bit. So yeah, I'm going to turn the background light on just because I think it does help this light to be a little bit brighter. Maybe I'll brighten this up a bit so we can see a little bit better. Okay, guys, what we're doing today. Today, we're going to be coding a little bit. We're going to do some funny, silly stuff. So basically what we got going on here, this is all very small. Maybe I can make this a little bigger, huh? Should I make this bigger? How do you control, or wait, this keyboard's not even working on my computer. Oh, 1 second. I gotta let me just go to some file that I know I'm not gonna mess up. Oh, Windows Shift. Wait, how do you? There we are. All right, there we go. Yeah, make this bigger so you guys can actually see what's going on. So today we are working in Rust. I actually don't know how to program in Rust, so a lot of today is actually going to be done with AI, and I'm just going to proof check a lot of stuff from the AI because you should always proof check AI. Don't just go with the flow. But I made a application a while ago that basically what it did was this, where you would type in here go / whatever it is that you're going to, and then so for example, if I do go / YouTube or it will take me to YouTube, something like that. It's basically an alias service. But the cool thing about it is it works across any browser because what it is, it's actually a server or a service on your computer that's running in the background that basically when a web browser makes an outbound request, it will see the outbound request and redirect it. So it's a redirection service whenever you use go /. So basically if I mistype something, this is what the page looks like. I added a couple tools in here and I kind of want to enhance those tools and go over a little bit other stuff. So I need a 1 today. I think our stuff that we want to do today, actually, can I make this bigger? Oh yeah, look at that, boys. We can make this bigger too. Okay, so today I think our number 1 thing we're gonna do today is we're going to add hidden shortcut .json to our I'm gonna be switching between keywords a bunch, so if you see that my typing is like really amateur and stuff, it's because I'm actually using 2 different keyboards at the same time and they're different layouts. So I just want to preview this really quick. I have this keyboard. This is my old keyboard, just a standard gaming keyboard, which I put on a little pedestal in front of me. And then I have my main keyboard, which is this keyboard. It's a dual, this thing's a little bit tight, but yeah, it's this dual keyboard that has a trackpad or a trackball on it. So I basically just like woo around and I can use the trackball. So that is hidden from, sorry. So basically, that's basically what's going to be happening is I am typing in Dvorak today, actually. It's going to be kind of cool. I've been practicing with Dvorak quite a bit. So yeah, we're going to be doing a hidden shortcut file. Basically, I have this file right here. I don't want to pop it open, but I want to add that file to the acceptable redirects, but not show it. Actually, speaking of which, I probably should just really quick, just for this live stream, throw this file somewhere else. Here, I'm going to quickly mute the live capture while I go do that really quick. I'm going to put this file somewhere else and I'm going to make a new file. So we're going to do cd nvim, I don't know, folder .txt or no .json. And then I'm going to just throw that in here. 1 second, actually, I just totally biffed it on that. All right, What the? It's not copying and pasting. 1 second, guys. I'm busy. I'm busy. All right. All right. Right. Quit. Okay. Cool. Then I'm gonna delete all of this. So this is just a plain blank JSON file. Okay, now I can go back and unhide the screen. All right. Screen unhid. Basically, I'm just gonna make it so this right here is gonna be our hidden file, but we can make it, because what I want to do is, like, while I'm live streaming, I don't want to accidentally not go to a certain website. Basically, it's a security on my end, not go to a website that, like, is, say, my work stuff, or some embarrassing website that I don't want, or like a bank website. I don't want you guys to know what bank I'm using, stuff like that. So I want to make a hidden file that basically this service does not use. So we're gonna basically make that hidden file. So add hidden as a that is hidden from the 404 redirect. So I think that's what we're gonna do today. That should be pretty quick and pretty easy to do. Number 2 today, I think we want to what do we want to do? There's a few things I want to do for this project in general. Actually, I think is this, I can't remember if this project is here. Let me move this to the side and open a terminal really quick and just see git status, git add, let's add I guess like this file, or okay, hidden shortcuts and shortcuts, and I think that's the only one. Oh, we have modified that. Wait, I did not add it. Why isn't it adding it? Did it not get highlighted? There we go. All right, we added those files to our Git. This is a public thing, so people can actually go and see this project if you want to see this project. I'll post the link in the chat for anybody that wants to see it. Git status, just double check that those things are all there. They are there. Git commit -m, basically adding basic shortcuts JSON and hidden shortcuts, as well as corrected readme, and that people can see roadmap. All right, so we're gonna do that, git, and then git push that back up, and then I'll post the GitHub link in the chat for anybody that wants to follow along with the actual GitHub that we're doing. Modern War Gaming, bro, a genuine question. Do you have a real job, or are you a freelancer, or are you a open source developer? I have a real job, yes. Security wise, I don't want to say what my job is. But yeah, I have a real job. I'm basically a programming tech help programmer kind of dude, whatever. I basically help other programmers develop towards my company's stuff. So I basically help programmers know how to do API connections and stuff like that. That's my main job. Before that, I actually worked at a big bank. I was doing a lot of backend SQL and other just SQL access development kind of stuff. Do a lot of middleware stuff. So that's kind of what I've done in the past. So my main fortes is Python. I can program in Python very well. I can navigate SQL very well. And I've touched a lot of other things, but I'm not gonna say I'm anything more than a beginner in it. For today, I'm specifically working in Rust. If you can look at this is Rust, mainly because I want to make this app as fast as possible. And Rust is one of those as fast as possible apps. So that's basically why I'm building this in Rust. So I didn't actually code this myself. This is mainly AI that did all of this stuff. But just proof checking it, when you know how to program one language, it's kind of easy to just proof check what's going on, what's doing what. Like stdio, like this is all basically like loading from command line, stuff like that. So that's pretty easy to understand what's going on. It's making hash maps and stuff like that. So yeah, it makes sense for that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's basically what I do. All right, what am I trying to do? I want to get you guys a link to this GitHub page. Give me 1 second. I'm on my other, so I'm on an ultra wide monitor. So that's why I can like do this. Like you can see over on the left, like that's where it is. I'm actually like literally just sharing the right half of my screen. That's basically all I'm sharing. The left half of my screen is not too crazy fun, so don't worry about my left half of the screen. I'm on Arch Linux for anybody that's wondering. I do freaking love Arch Linux. It's a really fun thing. All right, here. This is here. Let me double check that the shortcuts and hidden shortcuts don't contain anything private. And maybe go back a couple commits and just double check that I'm not sharing anything private on those either. I am not sharing anything private on those. Okay, good. Just have to double check. You know, you never want to post something and then it has like whatever. So that is the GitHub link for what we're working on today. For anybody that wants to follow along, you can pull it down, use it yourself. I even have kind of like what our different things we're going to be working on in the future is. Actually, wait, did I add? Let me see. What's my README? Ugh, here, I can probably push this down a bit. Yeah, so this is the build instructions for anybody that wants to know how to get this project up and started. You can just look that up. Usage, you want to just type in something. So we want to work. I've made the SQL part of this a bit, but it's not quite there yet. Here, I'm gonna actually wait. How am I gonna do this? All right, so basically, so this is the project for anybody wondering. Actually, maybe we should put. I had like the quick notes here. Maybe we should actually put this into like a project. What do you call it? Like a project board. Should we make a project board for this? I know I did it for another project, which I never even followed through on, but hey, whatever. Keeps like canvas the filter. Yeah, sure. Let's just do a new project here, eh? Should we just do a Kanban board? Basic Kanban board? Iterative development, plan your current and upcoming iterations as you work through. Roadmap. And limit work in progress. Sure, why don't we do a Kanban board? I think that could be easy. Yeah, let's create it. Backlog ready, in progress, basic stuff. That looks like what we want, right? In review. We probably don't need the in review. This is gonna be my own project, so it's like whatever. We'll delete the in review. In progress, done, ready. Yeah, let's just get this. There we are. All right, this is all we need. We only need three things on this. Okay, so let's add an item. Start by creating a thing. Let's do add hidden shortcut or add hidden shortcuts. Yeah, that's basically what we want. All right, add hidden shortcuts. That's hidden from the 404 to redirect. Basically, if I go to the 404 redirect, like whatever, like no shortcut found page, I want like hidden shortcuts that is not shown here. That way, if you have private banks, private information, and you're live streaming like me, people don't see it, but you do know the alias shortcuts. So we're gonna do basically that. I feel like that's pretty. The title is just self-explanatory. So we'll do that today. Hopefully when we finish, that shouldn't take us too long. Should take us only a couple minutes with AI to help us along the way. What's the other things we want to work on today? I kind of was thinking about building a calculator into this, or I have a couple of, what does the README say? Work in progress, notes. Yeah, I want to do a calculator. Whoops. I want to do a calculator. So I think that would be kind of cool to do a calculator. So we're gonna add that to our add calculator page. Yeah. I think the calculator page, we'll just do a basic calculator page at first. I kind of have an idea that I kind of want to do like basic calculator, but also there's more versions of it, like maybe a scientific one, maybe even a graphing calculator part of it. I don't want this thing to get too massive that when people download this package, it's like huge, but it is built in Rust, so it's going to be pretty small and just on the base level. I want to make this available for basically Linux users, so I'll package it up into a Linux kind of distribution kind of thing. Or, well, you can do like an installation of it or whatever. That way people can kind of, use it on whatever stuff. Because I'm going to be using it daily because it's just super nice to be able to just, the redirect service is like the main selling point. Just being able to go to like YouTube, like just that go/use and takes you to YouTube or something like that. Like that's super helpful. All right, so we got to add a calculator. I think maybe we can work on the base calculator today. I think that's what we could do. All right, so yeah, let's get started, guys. Let's just jump into it. Eh? Okay, let's do sidebar. Other side project for the day. I want to get Ollama installed on my computer. So let's get Ollama installed because I don't have Ollama. So let me look this up. Gemini. I'm gonna get. I'm not a master at Arch Linux. I will say that. How do I install Ollama on Arch Linux? So I think it's just pacman install here. I'll allow you guys to see what's going on here. Let me just double check I'm not showing anything private. Nope, nothing private here. All right, so, and can I make this bigger? I don't think I can make this one bigger. No. All right, you guys can't see it. You won't be able to see the command line get bigger, but hey, whatever. So we're gonna do using official installation script. It's a quick guide, blah, blah, blah. Verify installation, check the service. Using Arch, the Arch repository. Yeah, let's just use the Arch repository this time around. So we're gonna do that. Oh, whoops, I typed in my password wrong. All right, install Ollama, because we want to do that. We want to do GPU support. Oh, actually get rid of that. You want to do the GPU support one because I have a couple GPUs that I want to maybe use this. Mumadja, however you pronounce that. What are your thoughts about using AI to code? I'm new to coding first year CS. I keep hearing people say stay away from AI. I am super glad that I went to school when AI was not big because I learned all the foundational just things of how to just program right off the bat and not even having AI there to help you. So like you literally learn the syntax of like one programming language. My programming language was Python at the time, and then Java was a secondary. I learned Python straight out of the gate that I didn't need AI for anything. And nowadays I still don't need AI for anything because like I know it. But I do use it to help me. So I would, first year, I say you should not use AI. You really should try to stay away from it for your first year. Once you get down how to do loops, how to do like basic functions, classes specifically, dictionaries, like accessing whatever dictionaries in your language. What are like other big topics in your first year that you learn? Like for loops, while loops, switches, if you do that, if or statement, all that stuff, if else statements, I mean, any other stuff, just learn all of that. Once you get all that basic understanding of a programming language, of a like actual syntax standpoint, and you know it, then you can maybe start pulling AI just to make your job easier. It's kind of like whenever I had actually a Python, learn Python from scratch kind of thing. If you do not know how to make a text file into a runnable something like language, a type of any kind, which I would do in Python oftentimes. If you don't know how to do that, don't use AI. You're not ready for AI because you don't even have the foundational understanding of programming. Once you do have that, then use it as a tool. Like, look at this. I'm using VS Code. VS Code is a tool. It makes my life 100 times easier, but I know how to program and build this project in Notepad or NeoVim if I really wanted to. This tool is so much easier than like if I just like command line ran everything. So that's my 2 cents on it. Stick away from AI, learn to code, and then you can pull AI and use it as a tool. If you rely on AI, then you are just a meatbag doing your meatbag thing. That's basically what I say. All right, but back to, I want to install Ollama for Ollama for whatever thing. So we're gonna install Ollama really quick. This might take a while to install. Well, yeah, ask away all your questions. I'm completely open. I'm not like one of those closed-minded freaks that are like, no, or like, well, closed-minded either way, where they're like AI all the way versus AI not at all. Like, I understand. I use AI every day, basically. Like, I ask it. It's my basic ask, and then I go and double check if the answer sounds far-fetched, or if I really care about the answer, then I'll go and look up and double check the work. But I use AI every day, basically. So yeah, go and do your stuff. All right, using Arch Linux repository. All right, I think we just gotta wait for this install and then we'll enable the service. And then we can probably use it here on the side. Errors occurred while doing packages. That's a no good. Well, this is a no good at all. Use my GPU with Llama. Like I'm trying to try out Google Gemini lately, just seeing if Google Gemini is like any good. So far, don't know how I feel about it. I'll let you guys see what I'm looking up with AI here. Okay, NVIDIA GPU, install the NVIDIA drivers in CUDA. I already have NVIDIA drivers, so at this rate, it's just literally enabling the service. You might need to try environment, blah, blah, blah. This is why I feel like Google Gemini doesn't quite get what I want. It's like skipping some steps and doesn't break it down well enough. Because I've done Ollama on a Arch Linux system before. This is a pretty fresh Arch Linux system that I'm on right now. So we're gonna go to Copilot. Copilot, here we come. All right. All right. I need help. Ugh, gosh, come on. I hate this. Verify I'm human. Come on, just know that I'm human. All right. I need help installing Ollama with GPU support on my Arch Linux system. I already have NVIDIA open drivers. If my typing is very slow, it's because I'm typing. My max typing speed right now is only 50 words per minute, and on my new keyboard, I have a split keyboard, ergonomic keyboard, so that's kind of what I'm doing. Okay, are you gonna finish this answer? This is one thing I don't like about Copilot. I feel like it does this way too much, where it's like starts and then stops. It's like, excuse me, are you gonna answer the question? And then of course verify that I'm human again. I know I'm using a VPN. It probably doesn't like that I'm using a VPN. All right, here's the full recipe. Ollama Kuba, which is not working, so I don't think that's quite the right. Even with OpenVIA, you still need to use the Kuba user space libraries, enabled level on services, verify GPU usage. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Why is this failing then? Maybe it was just failing because that wasn't connecting quite right. Failed retrieve from mirror, the request return 404. Meaning, oh, either lost connection there for a second or something else happened. Let's try it again. Just try it one more time. Just see what's up. Resolve dependency, look for conflicts. Okay. Install 4 packages. Let's see how this goes. In the meantime, I guess we could kind of look on the side here and see if we can figure out how to get, why is it failing? Your AI, here's a problem for you to solve. Oh, no, are you not gonna? Yeah, I don't know. Tell me, AI, what's the problem there? See if there's like a different way to install it that's not the Pacman. Maybe we'll have to do yay installation. In the meantime, let me like look over our code here on the side and see how we might. So basically right now what we're doing to get shortcuts is we have a shortcuts right here. So we'll probably need to make a new shortcuts file thing. So we're gonna do static, or actually let's, oh, whoops. Oh, we're gonna paste the new shortcuts and then it's gonna be called, what was it called again? Did I call it? The hidden dash shortcuts? I think that's what I did it. hidden dash or shortcuts. Oh, gosh darn it. I'm so bad at like the typing on this keyboard sometimes. I'm still practicing. Still practicing. All right. So we got hidden dash shortcuts there. We'll have to use that at some point. Here, what did this say? How to correctly install blah 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 with gbarch long story. Pacman needed git bevel git clone arch linux yay. I already know how, I already have yay. All right, so it does say a yay installation. Okay, that's what I was assuming. Let's see if that works. It's still failing. Here, let's download just the CUDA thing first and see if that works. All right, that's working a little bit better. All right, so we have hidden. Oh, did it work? Yeah, it worked. Okay, that time installed. Let's try doing the other one now that we have that one. Maybe it was just some kind of weird dependency check that like it wasn't working with the dependency of whatever stuff. No, why is it failing? Here. No packages were upgraded, failed to commit transaction, failed to retrieve some file. Yeah, it's having a hard time just connecting to like the repo that has this. I don't know why it's having issues with just that fail, but we'll throw that in there and see if AI can solve it. All right, so we got shortcuts. So we gotta do a hidden shortcuts file. So load shortcuts. All right, so we're gonna need to do read to string hash map. So it's gonna create what data from data. So I'm guessing we're gonna just basically append it in here. I'm guessing that's what's gonna happen. But I want to check one thing because the 404 page that we have, this page, is gonna probably rely on that. If it does rely on that, then I don't want it to do. I don't want it to like mess up this. For key in shortcuts.iter grab. Where is it grabbing shortcuts from? So it's grabbing shortcuts from here. Wait. All right. Okay, page not found. Shortcuts. It's taking that shortcuts hash map. Oh, whoops. I need to do control F. Async go. If it's not found, it runs that. And then it does state.shortcuts. So it's taking shortcuts from the state object of this web page. So basically what's gonna happen is, this is why I gotta like diagnose this, because I didn't type this. I gotta figure out what's what. So I might need to have two different states, one for hidden, one for whatever, and we append them together, or we append them together to run it, to run this go function. But if it fails, we only use this state to show it for the page. I think that's basically what we do. On the other hand, let's look at Olama really quick. Thanks for the full layer that explains everything. This is like, what the frick? This is having the hardest time just running this stuff. You know what? All right, Gemini. Oh, whoops. Gemini, we need you to do some work too. Tell me, why is this failing? It looks like you're running 404, not found there on Cuba. Since you're using Yay, Olama's official registry. Yeah, I guess we can synchronize our database, even though we should be. Oh, never mind, we're not fine. We have a lot of updates on stuff. Run updates while doing a live stream? Great idea, guys. Don't actually do that. Holy crap, we just gotta jump up and concurrent viewers or whatever. Welcome everybody to the live stream. We're programming in Rust today. I don't know how to program in Rust, so forgive me as I use AI to do half my problems. But we're also trying to download Olama so we can use local AI, because I like local AI and it's a little easier to use, in my opinion, compared to some other stuff. All right, retry logic. All right, let's try this one more time, boys and girls and children of all ages. We're gonna see if this works. It looks like, okay, it's That decided to work. I don't know why. I guess we just needed to update our system a bit. Okay. Sounds good there. Sounds good indeed. All right, then we need to scroll back up before our problems happened. We need to enable the Ollama service. Created Symlink, and we started the service. So now Ollama is running in the background. We do need to download a actual AI to do that. Which one should we do? Which one should we use today? Ollama. Let's see. Here, I'm gonna push this off screen so you guys can see a little bit more. It's kind of crazy how like you can see this shining on my face with like a wide screen. Like look at the lighting in my background. You can just see the lighting. Kind of fun. All right. Sorry, just my brain goes places. Models. What models do we want to use, guys? Should we use DeepSeek, Qwen, GPT OSS? Actually, we don't want to use GPT because that is way too big of a one. Vision language model in Qwen. Interesting. We don't need vision one. We need a basic text one. Qwen Coder. Should we just do Qwen Coder? Except for they don't have a smaller version of it. Maybe just DeepSeek. Can we just? It looks like GPT and Qwen Visual is. Maybe let's just do a 7 billion of this one, eh? Yeah, let's do a 7 billion of that one. 7 billion, or wait, did I grab 8 billion? I got 8 billion model. Let's do the 8 billion model. What this means, hello, I am a new coder. Is there a way to communicate with desktop applications without MCP and API? Like to communicate with desktop applications, like what's your use case? Are you trying to like use are you trying to create automated services that like click on things that you want to click on? Because if that's the case, then if there's an API, great, you can use the API. MCP, I've never really used MCP. Model to context protocol, I've never really used the MCP. Like that's what are you trying to do per se? Because like there's not really out of the box. Those are your two main ones that are easy programmatically. You could also do visual clicking stuff where you use like say a Python script that actually checks what's on the page, and then based on what's on the page it'll click on things. You could do that, but the things that means you have to have a visual, like you have to actually have that run on your computer, so it's controlling your computer basically. Which I've done that a couple times. It's not fun, definitely not fun, because just the recognition service that you have to use to like recognize what an image is, because it takes a screenshot, like checks the screenshot of like what's happening on the screen and does that like 50 times a second or whatever. Like it's not accurate all the time. I actually did it for playing Diablo. I was trying to get Diablo to click or check what my abilities were at for like how many ticks were on the ability, and then hit my one thing when it hits a certain point. And it was not. It was fun making, but in the end, it still was just like kind of glitchy because I'm playing with controls while that's doing its thing. So it's like kind of doing like a multitasking thing there. But since I want to help user automate stuff, those APIs are not public. Yeah. So if you're promising to somebody that you can automate as a service or something like that, you got to be careful with what you promise, because it's not easy. So that's basically what I say. Just be careful with what you promise, because not all things can be automated. Like my job, I can automate so many things, and that's just because my job is SQL, like literally running SQL, and you can just connect to a database with any programming language you want, and then just run SQL and automate what kind of SQL you're running all the time. So that's an easy automation. But when it's a desktop application like Adobe, like if you're trying to automate some kind of editing function in Adobe, nah, that's you gotta work with what Adobe gives you. If Adobe doesn't give you anything, then you're screwed. You can't do much more with it unless you want to go down the rabbit hole of Python vision automation stuff where you're recognizing what's on the screen. I've been down that rabbit hole. It's not fun. I don't suggest anybody else do that that easy. Also, it's freaking Thanksgiving. Why is there so many people watching this channel? Normally I get like 3 viewers. Now I got 10. There's more people watching this on Thanksgiving Day than, I don't know, whatever stuff. One second, I gotta respond to a friend that's coming over. Yeah, 3. Just gotta tell them when to come over for Thanksgiving. But AI does not understand well by just recording the UI right. But if it does happen, then it would be revolutionary software. AI it basically uses the same functions of recognition that you would think it works, because a lot of the vision AIs, my understanding, I might be wrong, probably am wrong, is it uses a combination of two AIs. Or two AIs and a couple of services stacked in between them. So what it does is it takes a picture of the screen, like every, like 10 times a second, 50 times a second, whatever times a second, takes a picture of the screen. It takes that and throws it through basically a recognition service of like all the text on a screen, specifically text or borders and stuff like that, turning it into basically a monogram file that like it actually understands a little bit better, and then basically describes that into text that a language learning model or large language model can actually understand, takes your command and compares those two and predicts what you want to happen, then takes that prediction and turns it into a script that can then go and do what you want it to do. That's basically what it's doing. So it's like two AI layers with a few different automation services in between of like clicking or whatever. And that's basically what it's trying to do. Now, with that whole understanding, if you get like a very high understand or like a more understanding of how those kind of things work, why would you ever want AI to do that for you? Because it literally knows everything on your screen and stuff like that. And it's kind of like, I don't know, it just does stuff. Oh, whoops, this just totally started running. My AI thing is now an AI. Control C? Control D or buy. Okay, there we go. We got out the AI. All right, we installed AI on our computer. We got a Llama running with DeepSeek 8 billion parameter. We're gonna do that. So I don't know. I use AI, but I don't trust AI. I literally just use AI for a certain amount, and that's basically it. Pick a model. Add language learning model. Oh, wait, this is ChatGPT. 1 second. We gotta install some extensions. Or no, we need to continue, I think is the service that on VS Code. Yeah. This is the service you can install in VS Code to basically turn it into a agentic AI thing. Yeah. We're gonna install that. That way we can look at our code and kind of tell us stuff. All right, so we got that installed. All right, continue. Configure your own model. Local. Connect. What? Yeah, it's running. Skip and configure manually. What the frick? It's not sensing the models that I already have downloaded. Normally this senses the models that you have downloaded, but maybe it's just being a pain in the butt right now. On the matter of privacy, people are ready to sacrifice their privacy for better user experience. Yeah, that's true. We might have to put limitations on it. My idea is do it for yourself. I bet many other people won't do it for themselves though, so do what you can. All right. Let's can I just have it at my whole code? I just need it to sense like at blah 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 at So this is completely local for anybody that doesn't know how that works. It basically makes it so I don't have to worry about any of that security stuff because it's running on my own graphics card and stuff like that. Those do not exist in my thing. Oh yeah, they do exist. Never mind, they do exist. Can I just have it at everything? Because like my project's pretty small. I think there's like an at that I can do, like an at. Oh, whoops. I just clicked the wrong thing. Maybe I'll have to just do add everything. Or is there a way to edit it so it actually runs on everything? Because like I have a 5080 in my computer, so it should be fine with just basically adding everything. Also, it's just like maybe I should. Can I shrink this up? Is that gonna screw with you guys if I shrink this up? Oh, whoops. Oh crap! It's not shrinking. I can make it bigger, but I can't make it shrink. Why is it that I can't make it shrink? Oh no, we got a problem, boys. We got a problem. I can't make it shrink for some reason. Wait, oh boy. Wait, where's the settings? Here, I think. No, that's not it. Frick. Oh, there's a setting button. Settings. Font. How do I make this thing get smaller? Gosh darn it. Normally it's like command or like whatever shift minus, isn't it? Windows shift minus, alt shift minus. Ah, well, I'm screwed. Why is it not working? This ain't good. AI, how do I shrink this? Oh, I need to shrink the screen. I literally have to in VS Code. Normally it's Control Shift minus, but it's not doing that for me. It says Control minus or Command minus or oh, it is just plain Control minus. Psh, stupid me. Huh, stupid me. Also, I'm new to coding, so I want to learn the architecture of how an application works. For example, recently I forked OpenShot, a open source video editing platform, but I'm unable to change name. So you forked it and you're trying to basically edit it and make it your own. What my whole spiel would be is once you fork it or clone it down to your local repository, delete the .git file within it. It's a hidden file, .git file. So that way it's not even a git, it's not part of Git anymore. And then reinitialize it, add everything, and then push it to a new Git repository that you can change the name of. That's what I would say you'd do. If you're very new to coding, I would not start on a big open source project that big. Like a video editing platform, that's like probably a very big project. I would start something small, like make a web service or something like that. Cause like, it's like, look how small this thing is. This is 4 scripts here and then another 5 scripts here. And they're all pretty small scripts for the most part. And what this runs, I guess since I think you missed the beginning. All this runs is, here, let me show you, is this. That's all this runs. It runs this little web page that I have a little note section. I have a SQL connection thing and it has shortcuts and it does like, that's all this thing runs. This is a web server on the back end and it has like a couple rendering of HTML pages. That's basically all this is. I'd start small if I were you. And of course, structure can be different in many different frameworks, whatever your framework you're using. Like, is that a web application? Is that whatever application? Like, it depends on what programming language, whatever you're using. Like, I didn't start using web application or web frameworks until maybe 6 months ago because I was just working on backend database stuff. But I started building my own web application kind of stuff, and I realized that, oh, these things actually have a lot more stuff to it. So yeah, that's basically what I say. Sorry, I was checking my phone for really briefly for a second there. Okay, I need to do my, we need to get at least something done today. So I need to add the hidden file to this all. So we're just gonna use whatever we got here. It doesn't, oh, whoops. I don't think there's anything private there. I was doing the wrong commands. All right, all right, we're gonna do add to route, or no, not routes. We need, what are all the files we need? We're gonna need the we're gonna need the main.p, the main.rs. We're gonna need the 404 or the fail routes, whatever, what is it called? Not found. We're gonna need the not found. Not, come on, not found. And then I think we might need one more thing. What is it that we need? Actually, can I like get this into a different bar? Oftentimes you can have this in a different bar, kind of like over here. Yeah, there we go. That way I can see both things. I can have the AI on the right and this on the left. Okay. Oh crap, did it just totally whatever at main. Okay. Or no, not main or sh main at not found at I don't think we need anything else. Actually, we do need app state. We need app state. Okay. I need help making my Rust app when it hits the 404 page to only show the shortcuts. Shortcuts.json, and then have which it already does, but I want the redirect to also include any shortcuts in the hidden dash shortcuts JSON. The JSON. All right, let's see what this does. It should look at it and be able to tell us what to do. Like I just know I'm gonna have to edit a couple things in here that for it to understand certain things. So we'll see what it does. Hopefully this actually works. Oh, we're gonna install the model. We don't have the model installed. Darn. Here, let me copy and paste this real quick. One second, guys, as this downloads a couple of AI models for us, because for some reason it's not sensing our DeepSeek model. Yeah, there's just going to be a lot of moving parts in this application by the end of it, because I want to add a calculator to this. I want to add a paint to this. Like, we're learning all the different things. We're going to learn a lot of visuals of how to use these different applications and whatnot. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. In the meantime, I guess we can kind of, okay, so we got the slash SQL. I'm gonna work, I work on that at work because it's kind of work related. We got the slash note, and which already works how we want it to work. We got the slash calc. This is actually something very good for anybody that does use AI at work. Is kind of have a README of your project and like basically include all of the things you want to do, like written out visually format, kind of like just like written out so it looks like it's visual, because I literally have it written out what I want it to look like. That way I can just link this file into the AI and it knows exactly the context of the project and what's going on. It's just like a lot easier to do that. But yeah, I want to go into business side of software, but at the same time I just want to understand structure so that I know what I'm trying to sell. What's your suggestion for me? Do you know how to, if I gave you a command line that maybe has the language of your choice installed in the system, do you know how to even start a project? Like, can you initialize a project? Can you initialize a file that runs? If you can't do that, then you're not even at CS 101. Like that's CS 101. So that's why I'd say start there. Start from the very ground basic fundamentals. Learn how to code something with some language that you choose syntactically. No AI needed. Like, if you can do that, then start building from there. Me, I started out with Python. I went to Java at college. I did both. I didn't AI wasn't a thing when I went to college. So what, 10 years ago now or so? No, it wasn't 10 years. I think it was 8 years ago. So like AI was only the past 4 or 5 years max. It's more like 2 or 3 really. Oh, did it install? Here, let me try this again. Oh, I don't think that did the proper. Did it do it? I don't know. I don't know if that actually pulled those files in. So it's making guesses that it doesn't understand. Let's try that again. Yeah, that was running way. Oh, I guess it is just running quick. I have a really good GPU. I think I can run projects from terminal, run apps. I use Linux, by the way. Nice. That's a great start. Okay, what do I learn after this to understand structure? Structure varies based on framework. When I say framework, it's kind of like how things are built. For example, somebody's going to burn me to say because they think it's going to be a horrible analogy or they think I'm incorrect, but a framework for like a web application is basically using like states or controllers, pages, like all in different directories. So when you look at it, you can see, oh, this is the states, aka what all the mutable things are on a page that change. This is the page, which is all the static things on that page. And this is like modules for like if it's connected to a database. Like you need to understand how that structure works. So, but the thing is that varies across applications. So you have React, that's a framework that has its own like folder structure of all of that. You have Ruby or on Rails. That's a framework that has that one that is something I work a little bit with, and that's like that has models for things that connect to database. It has controllers, which is for the different pages on a thing, but like the controllers kind of like change things on the page. You have the pages themselves, which is just the rendering of the static page. You got other helper functions, of course. Like so you need to just pick one and go with it. When it goes to desktop applications, that's when it gets a little bit more like you can kind of do what you want. But if you want to use somebody else's framework for a desktop application, then that's one way to go about it. I get video games. That's technically they use a framework when you think about it. Oftentimes it uses a framework, or you kind of can build your own frame, or like what it looks like. I've played with Godot, and Godot, like I would have your scripts folder for all the scripts that you use. You have a scene, like so that's a framework technically when you think about it. It has your different scenes, your different assets, your different scripts. So you kind of have all those different things that all link up. That's a framework, and that's like the structure of what it is. So like you kind of have to figure out your own structure if you're gonna make your own desktop applications. Else you gotta kind of go with whatever you gotta go with. For example, this right here, my Rust application, it has my source code folder. And my source code is main, and then I have all of the Rust script for everything that's like sectioned off to do its own thing. And then I noticed that when I was trying to do the SQL page, it's going to need a lot of stuff, and I want to keep it nice and organized. So I made a SQL folder, which the main pulls from each of these scripts to do stuff to like render it. So I could throw that all into one script, so it's all in the same root level script. Or I can, create my own stuff. You can see I have an app state here, meaning I can change what's going on in my states and whatnot. So like that's something that you can use to I can build my own framework because this is my own app completely. Like I'm not relying on anyone's framework. I'm literally programming in Rust. So it depends on like how you're doing stuff. You got to figure out your own organization and go with that organization. Like what kind of organization do you like? That's what I would suggest, at least, just like figuring that out. All right, let me see. What did the AI say? Because I think it's been done for quite a while already now. All right, it says, actually, here, let me close out everything that I don't want to. Wait, I might need that readme soon, but I'm just going to close out everything else that I know I haven't changed. and then reopen the ones that I need. That way I can keep this clean for you guys. So we're gonna need the main, we're gonna need main, we're gonna need not found, and we might need app state, depending. All right, to achieve this, you can modify the not found page to include shortcuts from both shortcuts and hidden shortcuts. Then update the go function to handle redirects for both files. Here's the possible solution. However, this alone will not solve your problem. You will need to modify the not found function. I don't think this thing is going to help me too much. Here's an updated version of the code. So it's saying basically, so we keep everything the same up here. Do that the same. We're build the grouped HTML table rows of shortcuts. It wants. This is all the same. This is all the same. I'm like just reading through it. Looks this is basically the same. Okay, so render the 404 page with available shortcuts. What's changed here? I see. Basically, I want this to not use the hidden shortcuts. See, so this is where AI just failed on this, because it's like, hey, I think it's gonna render the hidden shortcuts, isn't it? Yeah, like this is literally trying to render the hidden shortcuts. It's like they're hidden for a reason. We don't want them to be seen. All right, then we have the catch-all route for shortcuts. So good. If no shortcut is found, show. Okay, yeah, this AI did not understand at all what was going on. No, I want both shortcut files to be used for redirects, but I only want to show the non-hidden shortcuts on the 404 page. Okay, and then I gotta add all my files. Just in case if it needs the states page, I'm gonna add the states page in there. And I'm gonna also add the readme just in case so it kind of understands. What the frick? Is it not gonna let me? There we go, readme. There we go. All right, let that run. I worked with Unreal Engine 4 and 5 and made some games as a kid, but I don't think it has great ways to understand frameworks because they already serve all the tools to make variables and functions to communicate. I guess I get what you're saying, because like when I first started programming, I didn't understand squat of organization. And it was kind of irritating because I'm just like, how the flip do I even do any of this stuff? And like, it is frustrating, but it's a frustration that you kind of got to live with and power through. And it will fall into line once you actually start programming and making things. Like, just if you're just sitting here at just like at your keys, being like, I want to program, it's not gonna come to you until you start just typing. Just like you just gotta like start doing it. You gotta start making an application, then be like, oh wait, this is messy. I want to organize this better. So then you go and reorganize it. You go and split scripts off into different pages and so on and so forth, and you build your own organization. You're like, oh, this is why people do organizations and frameworks, because like a framework is just somebody else's idea of how they want to have it organized. So that's basically what I say is like what you should do or whatever, or like what's the like do thing. Just start typing and going at it. Okay, this AI is really sucking. Like, it is not getting at all what's going on. What the frick? What the frick? Yeah, like what does it think it's doing? Like, oh gosh, this is just crap. Let's use ChatGPT. ChatGPT is so much better, apparently. Pick a model. Language running model. Here, I'm gonna mute my page really quick if you guys don't mind. I'm gonna just, yeah, cut the screen capture off for a second while I sign into stuff. Oh, I can't continue with GitHub because if I continue with GitHub, then it's gonna see that I have no. Let's continue with Google. Your code is finished authenticating. Okay, copy and continue to Google. Oh, darn it. It's gonna try to use my account, but my account is maxed out because I use my account at work. Darn it. This is what I have the hardest problem with. Yeah, my account's maxed out. Cannot be installed because it was not found. What? You know what? Screw it. All right. Apparently, I can't use ChatGPT either. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to do the grueling task of basically. I'm gonna have to just want to get either a smarter model. Maybe I need a smarter model because Ollama's model is kind of junk. So I wonder. Where's my Ollama services? Where is it? Ollama. Ollama. There you are, Ollama. Ollama. Auto detect. Connect. Just there we are. DeepSeek. Quencoder will take you. DeepSeek will take you. Okay. There we go. We got it auto detected. Now let's. Ooh, that's not what I want. Let's do this one more time. Now that we have DeepSeek instead of Ollama, like Llama's like whatever thing. Maybe I just didn't say this right either. Let me like copy and actually, can I start a new agent? I don't know. Can I? I don't know if this thing's remembering the previous conversations. I don't want it to remember the previous. I help making a Rust app when it hits the 405 page to only show the shortcuts file, which it already does. But I want the redirect to also include any shortcuts in the hidden file, but not show on the 404 page. There we go. All right, and then we'll add the we'll add the files that we need. So we'll at main at not found at app state at read me. All right, come on, DeepSeek, think better than Ollama's stuff. If you don't mind, can you show me getting a open source and change stuff like name and other minor stuff just to see how I understand how programmers go through it? I don't feel like doing that whole thing, but basically what I do is here, why don't I? Yeah, I'll show you really quick. Okay. All right. Pay attention to the command line down at the bottom here, like or that side. Apparently I need to mirror my screen, so it's that side. Okay. Basically down here, we are going to grab a project. Where's a project? I don't care what project. Let's grab a project. GitHub. Let me pick one of my projects really quick that you could do or whatever, or like you just see what I would do. Let's do this one. Hey, okay. So I have this project, right? Waterfall terminal. It's just like whatever thing that I have going. All right, we're gonna copy it. we're gonna do ls. Let's do cd into my projects file really quick. Projects. We're gonna do a git clone of whatever project you want. What I do, git clone of that project. So pull that project down, cd into that project. What was it called? Waterfall? Yeah. Gosh darn. Waterfall terminal. All right, we're in the project, right? So if I do a ls-l, basically listing all the details of everything in this page, you should find. That is not showing me. There is a git file. See, there's a git file here. So see, I don't. How do you see the hidden files of a page? Apparently, I don't know. Okay, there's a hidden file of git here. We're gonna just remove the entire git file completely. So rm-r, aka recursively, this .git file. So it's like, do you want to remove? Yes. All right, so that just removed that. So now if we do git status, it is not a git repository anymore, right? So it's not a git repository. All right, at this point, what you do, if you want to commit this back up to git, you can just go to your page. You can create a new page or create a new repository. You can do whatever name, test. I'm just gonna make this private because I don't need this on my whatever thing. I'll delete it shortly. We'll create that repository. You see right here, push an existing repository. So basically what we're gonna do is git status, which is gonna say not a repository. We're gonna get git init. So make this into a new repository. So git status. We'll see we have all these different files here. We're gonna add all that, add star. It'll add everything. Do our git status again. So we have all these new files that we are wanting our thing or whatever. So we just git started, added everything. So now that we're a repository, oh wait, we need to commit this. Git commit -m adding or just whatever test first. Initialize. Okay, there we go. All right, then so that's now all committed into this repository. Now let's push it up to Git. We're gonna literally just copy these commands, paste them here, and then you have your project on Git. It's all yours. It's not linked to the other project, but it's all there. You can mess with it. You could have named this project whatever you wanted. We named it as test, but that's how you do it. If you refresh this page, it'll all be there. There we go, right there. That is how you take somebody else's project, make it your own, and start messing with it. If you did not delete the .git, then it's going to run into issues where you have to go and reroute the whole remote repository and stuff like that. So that's basically what I'd say go and try to work with. But yeah. All right, now we're going to ls out of, or cd out of that. dd ls. We're going to get our rm-rf, that whole waterfall terminal. There we go. It's deleted. It's not there anymore. It's gone. They don't know the structure, right? Then how do you make those changes and understand structure? What is this repository you wanted to mess with? Let me go and just take a look at it for you. Also, I think one second, my thing is having a hard time processing this. What the frick? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I thought for a bunch of time. Maybe I gave it too much context. This is the problem with local AIs. They can't take too much context or else it just like fails out. We'll just do those two files and let it go at it. All right, you were looking at, let me see, what were you looking at? You said some kind of visual. Where did you say it? I'm using the cursor here. I want to say you want to edit a thing. Where did you say it? A video editing platform, open source video editing platform. What's the name of the video editing platform? Like link me the GitHub of it, and we can look at it together, I guess, if you want. I might have to just use copy and paste stuff over into. Oh, wait, I just forgot. I just like moved my mic out of the way when I kind of need it there. Let me just start a new chat with ChatGPT over here. Yeah, because this thing's not finishing the process before it runs out of memory. I need to fix Ollama so it uses more memory, because we have a lot of memory to use. It just doesn't know that necessarily. No, you're fine. You're fine. I live stream for a reason. I'm live streaming because I want to help people learn. So if I like, I work on this thing outside of live streaming, so it's fine. Public Git, by the way. Yeah, just link me the GitHub of whatever you're looking at. We can look through it together, and I can see if it's something easy to understand or not. All right, so for my project over here, though, we're gonna just do a quick Control-C. I have this file that renders my 404 page, which works perfectly, but I want to add a hidden shortcuts that isn't seen on the 404 page, but will be used in my redirect service. Sometimes is when you realize that you basically could have done all of this without stuff. And then this is gonna be my main.rs. This is gonna be not found or found. Oh gosh, found .rs. All right, let's see if I think this will work better. So let's be friends. Okay, so let's be friends, and can I learn from you when you free if I got any issues? I got a life, bro, so I can help when I'm online, but don't parasocial me on that. You want to keep hidden shortcuts that are usable by your redirectors but not displayed on your forward page, right? Okay, see, this understands what I'm getting at. This knows what I'm getting at. When I do over here, this don't know what I'm getting at. Oh wait, did it actually run? Did it actually run or no? I think this is just a thinking. Yeah, it's just a thinking thing. It wasn't the actual thing. All right. All right, so we have main here. Let me like minimize that. We don't need that anymore. All right, we got, yeah, we have the hidden shortcuts file. Oh, we have the hidden shortcuts file, which is how we want it. And then we have the other shortcuts file. Okay, load both sets. Okay, add a loader in the hidden shortcut for hidden shortcuts. So we got load shortcuts. We want to take string. Wait, this isn't even. Oh, I see. We're generically using this now. All right, basically turning this into a generic thing is right here. It's taking from a global. So yeah, we'll trust that. We like that. All right, so we'll take that, and then in main, we're gonna load visible shortcuts and load hidden shortcuts. We're gonna add two different loaders. That load shortcut. Let. What does let do? I don't know what let does when. Yeah, say we have a let. What does let do in Rust? I don't know what that function does, but hey. maybe it's good. We don't need these comments here. Those comments are self-explanatory. We're loading that shortcuts file. We're loading the hidden shortcuts file here. Pretty self-explanatory. We don't need these. All right. Then in main, wait. These are not functions because so we don't need to put them in the function layer. We need to put them in the main layer. So we got load shortcuts. All right. Oh, this is where we are. All right. So we do this. So we got those two here. I'm gonna just make some spacers here. Load notes. We don't need that. This is actually new notes file that exists. Notes file. Blah blah blah. Oh, actually, I'm gonna keep that comment. This one makes sense because that function is literally called load. But this one doesn't really say load notes particularly. All right, and then merge the redirect service but keep visible. When is it? Update your app. I don't know why this. I need water. I'm like so thirsty. Talking so much makes it whatever stuff. Dave Burns, is let not a variable like in JS? I don't know. I'm a Python programmer, so when I see let, I'm like, what the flip is let? It might. I don't know JavaScript too much either. What is let in Rust do? What does let in Rust do? Sorry, I know. What is let in Rust do? Let keyword is used to introduce new variable bindings within a scope, primarily through let. Same as that bind values to patterns. It declares variables. Okay. So it's just so state. So it's basically making, hey, we have this variable called hidden shortcuts, and hidden shortcuts is equal to that whatever the output of this is right here, which is a bunch of stuff. Then what's this one? So this one's we got notes. So the notes is if blah 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 else it would create a new file. So basically notes is going to be the text from the new file or the existing file. Okay, I see. That's what here. See, this is what we gotta learn. You gotta like read the code and like understand like what's going on here to understand like stuff. So yeah, let is just a variable declarer. So just declares variable. Okay. See, we learn something new every day, everybody. So Rust, you use let. Python, you just literally write the variable name and just variable equals that. You can actually do a little bit more than that. There's a few things you can do with it. You can actually typecast it if you really want to, but it does Python typecasting. I would not recommend, or it's not a fun thing. What did this never? What do I do for step 3 again? Yeah, it's hopefully it remembers the previous context. Update your app structure so it can hold 2 separate maps, one for variable shortcuts. Okay, sweet. All right, so this is why I thought we had to include the app state. Wait, did I even give it the app state? I never even gave it the app state, but it understood the app state either way. My brother just messaged me like, yo, I need to order RAM for my PC, and I'm like, good luck with that, bro. Freaking RAM market right now is just crazy. All right, so we want to do this one here. We're just gonna have the hidden one. I think the other ones all can stay fine. Okay, in main.rs, okay, this is good. Where's my main? Okay, here, main.rs. When you build the state, pass both maps. So let app new state, we do, wait, what? Oh, this state, when you build this, okay, the state or the state object, I mean, okay. Oh, so it's not just, I guess variables can be objects, but I was just thinking about like small variables, like you know, like strings and whatever. But yes, a variable could be a object. So we're gonna make the state object also include, so shortcuts, we're gonna also include hidden shortcuts. which if you remember in the app state, this is literally what I'm doing, is this is the object over here. So we're gonna include the hidden shortcuts into that. This is basically the constructor for the state. So we're passing in the shortcuts file, the hidden shortcuts file, and whatever notes and other files that we need. So that's basically the state of our application. Of course, it's gonna be the state of our application on compile. Just for anybody that understands how compiler languages work, because I had this as a Python script at one point rather than a Rust script. And the Python script, I could actually live edit my JSON files, like my JSON shortcuts, and it will pick up the new stuff because it's a external file that it checks every time I do a redirect of some sort. So, but like since this is doing it, it's going to basically take at compile time, take those two files and use those two files as they are, and it won't check the update of that. I think there might be a way for me to do a live check, but we don't want that necessarily because this is going to be a service in the back end. And I think theoretically in the future that might be a thing we might want to add. Should we add that to our backlog? Add a adder button to make new shortcuts, and it saves to file and continues running, because that actually might change a little bit how I might have these rendered at some point. Just thinking about it might change it a little bit. Yeah, that's gonna change a bit. This is why you got rubber ducky this. This is why you live stream when you're coding, because if you live stream when you're coding, basically your chat is your rubber ducky. If you know that reference in college, you might have a teacher that's like, rubber ducky, here's a rubber ducky for everybody. If you ever have a problem, just start talking about your problem with the rubber ducky. You'll probably solve your problem 90% of the time if you just talk about it. Okay. So we added the hidden shortcuts to the state. What next? I'm having, for some reason, Copilot's having issues right now where it's like only half rendering my things. I don't know why it's doing that. Actually, I probably know why. It's probably because I'm using a VPN and it like doesn't like my VPN, and so it's just like like breaking in the middle of stuff. So I don't know. What info do I need to get the right stuff? Just the correct type. Sorry, my brother's asked me what kind of RAM. DDR5 or earlier. Just gotta tell him what to do, how to get RAM. Okay, update the go route. Okay, all right, the go route is found and not found. This is the go route, I believe. Yeah. So right now it looks like blah blah. Change it to check both files. Is that actually doing that? We got shortcuts or else. Okay, it's adding or else there, and then does the whole whatever should be a little Jeff. Keep 404 page unchanged. All right. One second. Yeah. We'll just copy the whole thing. All right. Just gotta make sure I'm copying the right amount. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that. So we're just adding that to that, and everything else stays the same. Just keep passing the blah blah blah. That way, hidden shortcuts never. Okay, I think that might be all it needs to do. I think that's actually just all we gotta do. All right. If that's the case, then let's restart our service, shall we? I think I have the service running here. So yeah, let's restart our service. We're gonna do a Control-C, shutting down the service. Then we're gonna run. We're gonna do a /run. Oh, we got an error. What's going on here? Here, let me move these off to the side so I can see better. Okay, we got ourselves missing far field, hidden shortcuts, and initializer of app state. How much do you earn from coding only if you are okay with disclosing it? I won't disclose my exact salary, but um, in the industry, oftentimes, depending on like location and such, you'll probably get paid around 60,000 low end. Oftentimes in bigger cities, you might be starting around 70 to 80,000, and then a few years in, you'll be paid 90 to 100,000, depending. But the problem is the whole AI spiel of stuff. Big companies are kind of being a little bit more pain in the butt and trying to get jobs. So I'll tell you right now, getting a job in the coding industry is the one is really hard. I'll tell you that. Like you gotta know your stuff. You can't just rely on AI. You gotta do all the code test practices and everything without AI, and then you'll be maybe fine. But like you gotta know your stuff. Build projects. If you're not building projects, you're not gonna get a job. So you gotta go and just literally on your free time be building projects. Else, yeah, it's not gonna work out too well. It's missing hidden shortcuts here. Let blah blah blah. Did we not add? Did we save this? Did it was? I think it's saved. Let me try this again. Maybe I didn't save. Oh, I compile. Okay, I don't think I saved. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I think we did it. And for reference, if you want to just understand the economics and stuff, living in like in a city, like a big city, you're basically gonna be half your paycheck oftentimes goes, or not half, maybe 30% of your paycheck goes towards housing and stuff like that. So yeah, have fun with that. How is it to be a business representative slash sales guy for software like conditions? The company I work at, I love my company. It's a company that's freaking awesome. So like, like I don't know, they have they're doing good stuff for the world, and I don't know, I like it because they're doing good stuff. We gotta test our thing really quick. Look at that. Okay, it still works. That's good. Um, do we have a hidden shortcut? We never added a hidden shortcut in here. What's a website we could add to our hidden shortcuts? Let's add like Bank of America login. I don't know. Let's redirect to a Bank of America login, maybe. Like let's just redirect it, like say this. So let's do something like this, where we put this here. The alias is gonna be Bank of America, BOA. Boah. Boah. Yeah, boy. This is what we're doing. All right, so we got that. Should we add another one for funsies? Should we add? I don't know. Let's just try that one for now. This is mainly for my work stuff, really, so I can have this in a separate file. Here, let me this recompile. All right, let's do go slash blah blah blah. See if Bank of America's here. Bank of America is not here, but does the redirect work? Go slash BOA. It works. Booyah. Look at that, boys. We did it. We did it. All right, it's task one done. We're good. Oh, actually, on your question, how is it to be a business representative slash sales guy for a software? I'm not necessarily a sales guy at my company. I'm more of the guy that just helps build this stuff. So once basically the sale is already made by the time it gets to me, but I have talked to people that we haven't sold it to, but they want to know more of the technical side of it, like how technical we get. So like what's super nice about how I'm treated like company level with that is just that it's so much easier for me to sell my like the product, the company product, when our product is for the good of humanity kind of thing. Like, say I worked at a bank. I can talk about that for my last job that I'm going to talk about. When I worked at that bank, if I was working with clients, which I didn't, but like if I was working at clients, it would be so much more grueling to be like, oh, you should open an account, get that 0.05% interest. It would have been grueling. Like, it's just because I know that these people that are opening accounts, they're just opening an account to store money. Why should I ever have to sell them on the benefits of the account when there's barely no benefits at all? Like if they have money that's below 15,000, then they would have to pay an annual annual fee. So it's like it's not worth like it would have been grueling if I was a salesman for that. But like at my current company, it's a product that I believe in and like really good, so that's why it's so much easier. So like if you're looking for jobs, of course, a job's a job. You got to get a job to make your payments, but it makes it so much easier if you can find a company that you believe in the company's product. If you believe in the company's product, it just makes the life of that company so much easier. All right, we can go to that as done, guys. We got one task done. Hoorah! Okay, maybe we should do this where we add a button to make new shortcuts. Should we do that? I think that would be very helpful because that way on the go you can just be like, hey, go slash blah blah blah, and then you can just be like add shortcut button like right here, and it will add a shortcut to it. I think that would be good. Okay, then see you later. Got to go sleep. It's almost 1 a.m. from where I am. Thanks for the information. Oh, dude, you're in Europe? You're in England or something like that, bro. Good luck. Good luck indeed. Selo-chan or Silo-chan? Selo-chan? Are you Nihongo? Nihongo ga hanaseru no? Can you speak Japanese? Is it a Japanese name? Except for you use the L, not the R, so you're probably not. Selo-chan. All right, see you, man. Take care. Have a good night's sleep. All right, let's add that feature, eh? Let's add a feature. Okay. Okay, this works how I want it. Now let's add a button to our 404 page where we can add new aliases, and it saves the new aliases off to a file. There can be a checker. Oh, my brother's calling me. Here, give me a second. I could probably actually make this live. Yo, what's up? I'm live streaming right now, but what's up?
So I was just gonna ask, so fun fact, if you go to Walmart.com or whatever, there's like actually tons of shit that's actually on really good deals. Like, there's like this like $70-$80 water flosser that like from Amazon. Like there's a there's like I just got this off Amazon. I'm like, fuck, I wish I could return this and like
Bleep.
buy it. It's like the cheaper version of Amazon of this thing is like $40, and then most of them are like the quote unquote name brands are like it's $60 to $80 for like these little water. It's just like a little it's just a water pressure pump thing or whatever with a little nozzle so that way you can clean your teeth out. But it's like only $18. There's like tons of office chairs that are like $150 to $250 office chairs for like $70-$60. I saw the regular pair of AirPods on here, not the one with the noise canceling, the $130 version of the AirPods, but it was only like $65. It was half off. Like $65 for a pair of the non-canceling headphones. I don't know. It might be worth for you to just scroll through like Walmart for like half an hour or something like that, because like there's like really nice like high end like the $200 air fryers for like 50-60.
Yeah, AirPod Pros are only $140 here rather than $200 on Amazon, or unless Amazon went down.
That's a steal. Wait, what's the price again? What?
140 for AirPod Pros 2.
Wait, 149 or 140?
139.
Wow, that is noise canceling worth an extra $70? Like normally
I would just get it just to call it good.
actually no,
Yeah, they're still listed at 200 on Amazon. Oh
Yeah,
wait.
they would,
Oh wait. No, they're 136 on Amazon.
Oh, holy shit.
Oh wait, no, never mind. No, that's renewed. Renewed.
Shit, like a
Renewed.
600
They're renewed on Amazon. Wait, but does that mean that these are renewed by chance? No, these are just Walmart. I guess I'll order from Walmart, huh? Oh.
Yeah. I just typed in Black Friday deals and I'm just kind of scrolling around and stuff. Damn, there's even these like really high-end canvas tents that are like go anywhere from $250 to $600, $250 to like $750 or so. Like the 750 ones would be like the really big, like 12-person Coleman ones, but like these are actually like solid or whatever. And yeah, like Walmart's got some fucking deals going.
Huh. Yeah, that's those AirPods are the one that got me. I'm like 140. Like that's a lot more reasonable for like.
Hey, if you need a car jumper for just either, I guess you got an electric car.
I don't. Yeah, if I need a car jumper for my electric car, I'm screwed.
Well, do you have a car jumper in your Malibu?
Yeah, I got a car jumper. I need a. Or wait, when you say jumper, I need a car startup thing. Like so, like you know, when there's like.
Yeah. I've noticed like 3 or 4 of these like car battery starters. For around like $40-$50. I mean, I paid like 150. I paid like 110 for one of them.
Holy snap!
Like really...
$35 for something that was 130? I'm so confused. Wait, it says options though. What does that mean for options?
Yeah, so
Oh.
like I clicked on these one metal shelves, and it was like just the cheaper ones that were cheaper. Or it was just those smaller ones that were cheap, and then the bigger ones were kind of normal size. But like, there's a lot of I don't know. I'm just. What the fuck are they doing still selling an iPhone 14? Or I did see an iPhone 12.
I saw like a dirt cheap iPhone 13 on Walmart. I might get one of these car jumpers though, because that is good to have. You never know.
Yeah, yeah, for real, right? Yeah, that's exactly.
Gosh darn consumerism. Oh no, my viewership's going down since we've jumped on the call. It's okay. I was just
Black Friday.
Yeah, guys. Yeah. It was fun. This is weird. I haven't live streamed in forever, but I already have like 140 views in this and 5 concurrent viewers.
The Lego Executioner that's only $70 for $40.
Wait, what Lego projects?
The Executor Star Destroyer. It looks like it's about the size of like a child from like shoulder to shoulder. Yeah, that's definitely like a $60 to $80 set.
Oh no. Well, yeah, it is a $70 set, but that's like a teeny one.
It's a medium-sized one. Wait. No, you can always tell by how many pieces.
Yeah, look at how many pieces. That's not that big. I guess it's okay. It's a foot long.
There it is.
It's a foot long.
No, it's 10 cents per piece. That's a $63 set. You're paying 60. Alan says that 10 cents a piece is pretty normal for Legos for buying.
Huh.
Yeah, that's $63 worth of Legos. That is 100% a $70 set.
I need to get all the family on my wife's side to get all of their freaking draw stuff so I can buy whatever their stuff they want now. Oh. Yeah, it's not bad. I might just go and purchase a jumper and the AirPod Pro 2, whatever stuff that I wanted.
Yeah,
it's $100 off. Like heck yeah, and the AirPod Pro 2, meaning that's the one that I decided would be better to go to. I imagine, right?
What the fuck is this thing? $500
for
a 27-inch touchscreen calendar. It looks like it has some sort of like not even Chrome operating, or it looks like it's just operating. Yeah, no, it looks like it's just operating Google Calendar. It looks like a wall-mounted monitor that hooks up to your wall. That's a calendar. And it's $500 for a 20. It's basically a 27-inch monitor with like a fucking with like a little teeny tiny cheap like Android thing slapped in it. What the fuck is this? Starlight 27-inch calendar? There's no way it can only do calendar stuff. Why the fuck is this not like a smart home display or something like that? Like a Google like one of the little like Google Home monitor things, or like the Google Home things with like a little screen on it.
I don't know.
That is one of the dumbest tech products I have seen in a hot minute. I'm not gonna lie. Wait, what? There's an Android watch for $21? Wait, what brand is this? 25 Android. Alright, it's a donate brand. Its normal price was $140, so I was thinking it might have been like,
Yeah, you can get smart watches for dirt cheap where I don't even know what they're. I don't really care for watches though. I've gone I liked them in college, but like I guess now not having them for so long, I'm like, why did I even need it? I'm gonna pull my phone out anyways.
Yeah, like I have an Apple Watch Ultra and I hardly.
I guess it would make me miss less calls that might come in or texts that come in.
I'm kind of tempted to get one of these tents. Wait, how tall is the internal part of this tent? Doors, windows. It's very spacious.
What is I am trying to use Copilot and it just starts the response but then just stops. It's getting annoying.
Oh, it's inflatable like the
There we go. I had to refresh the page apparently. Maybe it's just not rendering the page easily. Okay, add a poster out. So I have an interesting tool that I've been making. Like I kind of like started making it at work for stuff, and then this this is an everyday tool that I would love. Where basically in your browser like bar, you just type in whatever alias you want, and it takes you there. But I just thought I'm like, wait, I would love to have a note app, but in my browser, and it's.
Oh wait, sorry, I just realized there's some tools that I might get too.
Bring my brother back into the actual topic of web live streaming. But yeah.
I've been wanting an electric. I've been wanting a drill, but not a drill like a gun, like a drill that's just a tube or a handle thing that you hold on to, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, a hand drill, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Drill stuff.
Get Linus Tech Tips one, I guess.
No, this one's on sale. This one's only $25, and the original price was $100.
But is it up to quality like Linus Tech Tips one?
$25. I mean,
rather than 80.
Yeah,
you can buy 3 or 4 of those by the time of like the other one would.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily love. Oh wait a minute, hold on. No, this doesn't have an adjustable bit. I'm only gonna be stuck with regular drill bits in it, or actually.
I just know don't buy the Black Friday TVs. Those are not good. That's
what's wrong with them?
The amount of ports they use in the back are a lot less than normal TVs, and oftentimes.
Holy shit!
What?
Dude, 2 M18 Milwaukee 5-amp-hour batteries for $110. $55 for a name brand Milwaukee battery. The MSRP on that's $269. Normally they're going for like $200. Like it's like $80 to $100 a battery. Dude, if you're like a Milwaukee person, that's the shit. Whoa. Batteries are one of those things.
Like now that you mention it, I'm looking at Home Depot, seeing what they have.
Oh yeah, actually that's a good point. Home Depot.
They just have like the normal deal where it's like free battery with a select tool or something like that, where you select the tool you want and then it comes with the battery.
Where is that? Oh, the
$100 for a 2 amp and a 4 amp, which
2 amps of crap. Like this, like
I-
I had one and it broke after like a year. And
yeah, I don't mind a 2 amp just because it's very lightweight. So I like put that on like something I need to use lightweight. Like,
yeah, it's too bad. I'm looking at the tools. Yeah, I say this is like a Black Friday sale. I don't need more batteries.
like
That portable fan is pretty legit, and like the little shop vac thing, the Dustbuster thing that they have is absolute garbage. Like, do not get the Ryobi Dustbuster. Like hot garbage for real.
yeah, it's kind of funny. I actually bought a vacuum, but then returned it.
You get a weed whacker? You got a weed whacker?
I got a weed whacker already. I don't need one. I got all the tools I need.
Bucks for your back and a weed whacker? That's a steal for if you got like a little house or whatever.
I think when I bought my house, I actually went to Home Depot and I found there's like a package that basically had it all. It had a lawnmower, two slot batteries, and a weed whacker, and it was like 200 something bucks, or I think $300 by the end of it. And it was like really good deal. Like when you get a lawnmower and a weed whacker, and a leaf blower. So I got 3 tools and 2 batteries for, actually no, maybe it was only 1 battery. I think it was 3 tools and 1 battery for like $300. It was a really good deal. But I don't need tools. My tools have been working just fine, and batteries are always nice to have more of, but I do have enough for my needs.
Yeah, I've got stuff that's like always breaking and shit. So
See what
backups are spare.
What I need right now is not tools, but like furniture. I need furniture. I need a desk that adjusts perfectly how I want it. I need all the clamps and like it's just. No, I'm literally on a IKEA desk that Carnia had when we got married, and it's being raised up by 2x4s because I want it to be at a certain height. Hey, we're gonna probably end the stream right there. Thank you for watching and all that stuff, but yeah. If you guys want to program more, maybe I'll program more in the future. Bye bye.